thought I'd put this before the chapter today, as it worries me. You lost me at the introduction of Canon Su Ten Shinhan in this chapter. Oh well, good luck and all that. I won't be reading again. I want to know, is this right? Is Tien showing Su-ish tendencies in the story? Is the line between having a character do something cool and having them steal the show that fine? If so, tell me, because I don't want to do that. I mean, he's barely half of DBZ Goku's power after King Kai's training, and is still weaker than Break Through the Limit Goku without Kaioken. Or maybe it's his personality and presentation they were talking about. I digress. I wrote the thing, so I'm going to be really bad at spotting this kind of thing. So, is this person right about this? I mean, I don't have plans to make Tien the main character or anything. It's a story about Goku and Raditz. Other reviews of Chapter 8 were positive, so I don't know. What's annoying is they were guest reviewing or something. I confess to not knowing much about how the site works, so I can't send them a message to ask specifically what they think I did wrong. We now return you to your regularly scheduled energy beam clash. The gigantic purple beam of energy raced down towards the Earth, only to be met by the opposing attack, a blend of Raditz, Goku, and Tien's attacks, red, blue, and yellow. The explosion where the two beams collided sent out such massive waves of force, the island Kame House had stood on completely sank beneath the waves. Tidal waves of unprecedented scale swept the coasts on all sides of the ocean, where the battle was being fought on. News crews hurrying to track down the aliens found their helicopters grounded. At Capsule Corp, all the reverse-engineered scouters being used to track the battle exploded simultaneously, unable to handle the massive energy spike. All over the world, delicate scientific instruments scanning for electromagnetic waves suffered fatal malfunctions, sometimes detonating violently. Goku struggled to keep pushing his ki forward, but maintaining his Kamehameha was an uphill struggle. Even with all three of them working together, Vegeta's attack was beginning to push its way downwards. They were losing. Raditz grinned. At least I'll die. Knowing I was right about just how conceited this guy is. Huh? What's that? Goku found it difficult to concentrate on Raditz talking, with all the effort he was putting into the blast, but he tried to focus. Gallic Gun. Gallic was a great Saiyan hero. He claimed to be descended from the Super Saiyan. I can't believe Vegeta has the nerve to compare himself with such a great warrior. The three fighters started to sink lower in the air, trying to use as little ki as possible to fly, to put more into the struggle. Super Saiyan? I'll have to tell you that one. In the next world. Raditz turned back to face upwards, focusing on staying alive as long as possible. Goku grimaced. There didn't seem to be anything they could do. If they dodged out of the way, the Earth would be destroyed. Tien! Goku shouted. Any chance you could try that Kaio whatever? I don't think so. Tien shouted back over the roar of Vegeta's steadily approaching attack. I've already pushed it way past the limit. My body has barely enough energy to sustain this tri-beam as it is. I don't think I could even do the basic level Kaioken. I know it's asking a lot of you, Tien, but you have to try. We'll all die anyway if you don't. I don't know. It's too much. Tien! Do you want the Earth to be destroyed or what? Goku's eyes narrowed. He knew it sounded harsh, but it was the only way they could win. Everyone will die! Chaozu! Do you want that for Chaozu? Does he deserve that? Tien took a deep breath. All three of his eyes closed, a rare sight. He reached deep inside himself, summoning the last of his strength. Saiyan! He yelled up at Vegeta. He didn't know if the prince could hear him, and he didn't care. Even if it kills me, I can't let you win! Yeah! The familiar flame red aura exploded to life around him. The veins on his neck and forehead bulged angrily. We're with you, Tien! Goku reassured him, redoubling his own efforts. Hurry up! Raditz muttered shakily. Kaioken! Times 3! There was a furious roar as power flooded out of Tien, pouring up into the combined beam, and colliding with Vegeta's at full force. Vegeta was grinning, almost laughing. At last, he created a situation these fools couldn't escape from. It was their planet or themselves. And of course, they chose to die like heroes. This is the end for you! There's nothing you can do now! Nothing left to... What is... The colossal energy wave crashed into Vegeta, flinging him away into the sky, with one final scream of rage. Tien collapsed, almost unconscious, and Goku caught him, holding his friend up in the air. That was awesome! Nice work, Tien. Tien gasped, drawing in ragged breaths as his muscles burned from the strain he'd put himself through. I hate to be the bearer of bad news. Raditz folded his arms, staring up at the sky. But I don't think that killed him. Are you serious? Goku's eyes widened in shock. After that? Nobody could have survived it! Vegeta could. Raditz scanned the sky above him for some sign of their enemy. Never underestimate someone like that. But he may be getting desperate. Vegeta hung in the air miles above, battered and bruised, smoke rising from small burns all over his body. This cannot be happening! I am the prince of my race! I should be able to crush this entire world, and yet these low-class warriors and this earthling resist me? His whole body shook with anger. How can they? How dare they? What right do they have to stand in my way? If I claim this world, they should obey me! He hurled himself off through the air. I will be immortal! I just need to find this world's moon. Several minutes of searching yielded nothing. What the? Where is it? You can't just hide a damn moon! Raditz spun around as his ki sense flared up. Here he comes! Goku, still holding up Tien, turned in the direction Raditz was looking. That's him, alright. He's not going to be happy. Hey, Tien. I think I'm going to have to fight. Can you fly on your own? Goku looked down at the sea. Otherwise, you might have to swim. I'll try. Tien pushed away, holding himself in the air. A little shaky, but it was enough. Okay, I can't fight, but I can hang here under my own power and leave you free. Alright. Raditz, you ready? I don't think I've ever been ready to fight someone like Vegeta, Raditz muttered. Vegeta came to a halt in front of him. I bet you're feeling pretty good about this battle right now. And maybe you thought destroying the moon would stop me transforming. Goku took a second to realize what he was talking about. Oh, that was Piccolo. I don't care who it was! The point is, he thrust one hand upwards, producing a pure white ball of light. You haven't stopped me! This technique creates an artificial moon, which means nothing's changed. Once I transform, you're all going to die! Oh, and I wouldn't look too closely at it if I were you, he grinned. Only high-class fighters like myself have learned to control this form. So if you transformed, you'd attack friend and foe alike. You wouldn't be helping your friends at all. The ball of light hovered in the air, and Vegeta stared up at it. The battle is over! His transformation will take a few seconds, right? Goku frowned. Raditz had told him all about the same transformation. We gotta think of something, or he'll kill us all! Vegeta began to grow, reaching double his normal size in under a second. Raditz glanced down at Gohan and Yamcha, staring up at the battle above. He remembered just in time. Gohan was part Saiyan too. Gohan! Don't look up! Keep your head down! Vegeta's made an artificial moon, and you'll transform if you look. Fur began to sprout all over Vegeta's body, and his face lengthened out into a snout. Right! Gohan turned his gaze down to the ocean. Hey, Yamcha, I can't look up at it, so will you tell me what's going on up there? Yamcha nodded. Sure thing, kid. Tien spoke up. Goku, Raditz, there is something I could try. The other technique King Kai taught me. The Spirit Bomb. What's that? It uses energy gathered from the entire world, every living thing, even the planet itself, to make an extremely powerful attack. I don't know if it'd stop Vegeta, but it's worth a shot. Then do it! Anything's worth a try if it'll help us win. Raditz grinned. We might have a chance. Tien stretched his hands up. Tien stretched his hands out upwards, calming his mind. The problem is, I'll need time to gather all the planet's energy, and I don't think we have much. I think he's done. Tien pointed, and the others looked around. Vegeta had finished his transformation, and he was looking down at them with an evil grin. Now, what will you do, insects? He rumbled. Tien! Raditz stared straight into the artificial moon. You'll have your time. I'll hold Vegeta off. But it's like he said, you won't be able to control yourself. Goku started to panic. How will you know who to attack? The driving thought in my mind for the past year, Raditz said, through gritted teeth, which were already lengthening into fangs, has been to beat Vegeta. Hopefully, it's strong enough. Hopefully, it's a strong enough drive to at least direct my anger when I transform. He too began to grow, within 10 seconds becoming a second gigantic monkey-like beast. Raditz's eyes narrowed, and he hurled himself at Vegeta. What? Vegeta raised his massive arm to block the first thundering blow. How is that? He does remember! Goku grinned. Tien, how are you doing? It'll take a couple of minutes, but I'm getting there. Tien smiled. I hadn't realized how much energy this planet has. The Spirit Bomb will take care of Vegeta for sure. Alright, I just have to take care of something. Goku flew down to Gohan and Yamcha. Hey guys, that was intense. Yamcha was still staring as Vegeta grappled with Raditz. They've turned into giant apes. Well, apes don't have tails, Gohan pointed out. Oh, right. Yamcha rubbed the back of his head. I knew that. Goku put a hand on each of their shoulders. You've both been really brave. Thanks for all your help. But it's too dangerous here. I can't let my son get caught up in a battle like this. And Yamcha, I need you to look after Gohan. Will you do that with me? Will you do that for me? Yamcha laughed. No need to hide it, Goku. This battle is far beyond me. You're just trying to be nice. But sure, I'll watch Gohan. Come on, he said to Gohan. Let's get you back home. With any luck, your mom will never know you were gone. Right. Gohan took something off his back, a short red staff. He held it out to his father. Take this, Dad. I found it in your home. I found it in your room at home, and it made me feel braver, because it reminded me of you. Goku took it. My old power pole, huh? It grew slightly longer to accommodate its larger wielder. Thanks. Why don't I use it? To remind me of you. He whirled the weapon around a bit. It's been a while, huh? Well, let's get going, Yamcha said. He and Gohan took off, heading for land. Goku flew back up to Tien. How's Raditz doing? He asked. Not great. Tien indicated the transformed Saiyans, trading blows which vibrated in the two onlookers' bones. He's putting up a good fight, but Vegeta clearly has the advantage. I expected that, Goku replied. Raditz told me that a Saiyan gets 10 times stronger when they transform. So since Vegeta started out more powerful, he's going to stay that way. Plus, having more control over the form lets Vegeta use his skill more effectively. He's still able to plan and fight like an intelligent being. I think Raditz knew he'd lose. Tien started to glow faintly with the white light as he gathered energy from the planet. He never planned to do anything more than buy me time for the Spirit Bomb. It's taking longer to gather than I thought. He grimaced. I spent too much time practicing the Kaioken. It helped earlier when I used it up to ×4. But here it might mean my Spirit Bomb isn't finished in time, and Vegeta kills us all. Goku turned back to the battle. Come on, Raditz. Hold on a little longer. Vegeta sidestepped Raditz's lunge and grabbed the other Saiyan's arm in both monstrous hands. He cruelly twisted it around, feeling the bones underneath snap under the pressure. Raditz howled and broke away, his arm hanging loose. Without warning, he shot a massive energy wave from his mouth, which bowled Vegeta over. Raditz leapt after his enemy, but Vegeta caught him in mid-flight with his foot, then hammered both fists into Raditz's chest, ribs cracking with the force of the impact. Vegeta grinned, kicking Raditz down into the sea. After the massive impact of the monster hitting the water, there was nothing. The sea died down, and no movement came from underneath. Vegeta turned to the other two. They would be even easier to kill. Maybe he'd make Kakarot tell him how to find the Dragon Balls before killing him. And maybe not. There were bound to be others on the planet who knew. Damn! Tien moaned. Raditz is down, and I still need a little more time. I don't think I can buy you more than a few seconds. Goku tried to come up with a plan as Vegeta slowly approached. You've caused me a lot of trouble, Earthlings, Vegeta groaned. But finally, I'm rid of you! He opened his mouth, and a purple glow came from within as he prepared to fire an energy beam. Oh, that's not good. Goku put himself in front of Tien. Maybe he could shield his friend from the attack. Vegeta roared, throwing his head forwards, but just as the beam was about to leave his mouth, he froze. Silence fell for several seconds, then was broken by a huge splashing sound. Vegeta's severed tail hitting the water. No! What did you? Vegeta shrunk as quickly as he'd grown, his bestial appearance fading until he returned to normal. No! Damn you! Who could have? He turned to face his attacker to see a short figure hovering in the air holding a sword. Goku and Tien gasped at the sight. That looks like Yajirobe's sword, but that's not him, Tien muttered. No, it's... Goku did a double take. Gohan? Gohan stood facing Vegeta, a determined expression on his face. In space, Vegeta looked down at the child with a mixture of confusion and hatred. How did you... You can't! He tripped over his words in shock. My Uncle Raditz told me, if you cut a Saiyan's tail off, they can't transform. Gohan replied to Vegeta's half-spoken question. And I couldn't leave him and my dad to fight you on their own. I knew I had to help them. He leapt at Vegeta, swinging the sword, but the prince got over his disorientation upon losing his tail and kicked Gohan away. Why don't you pick on someone your own size? Yamcha shouted, hovering between Vegeta and Gohan. Get out of my way! Vegeta launched an invisible Kaya of energy. I hope I pronounced that right. Launching the two of them backwards. I'm not here to fight children and Earthlings. That's what I had Nappa for. But, he thought, for the loss of his tail, he'd be back for the half-breed when he was done with the real fighters. Goku appeared behind him. Ha! Tien didn't kill him. Vegeta turned to face him. Ah, Kakarot. Back for more, I see. He smiled. And actually, we all killed him. He was lying on the island, which, if you remember, sunk into the ocean when I launched my Gallic gun. It's been far too long for him not to have drowned. Though Raditz might still be alive. He hasn't been under long. Goku, reminded of Raditz's predicament, pointed down at the sea. Yamcha! Go get Raditz and pull him back up, or he'll drown! But he's grown so large, Yamcha shrugged. I don't think I could lift him. Then take the sword from Gohan and cut Raditz's tail off! Hurry! Goku yelled. Yamcha did as he was told, diving under the water. Gohan, guard Tien! Goku readied his power pole. I'll take care of Vegeta. He wondered how Gohan had got hold of Yajirobe's sword anyway. He'd have to ask him later. There are more important things to worry about now. The two Saiyans stared each other down. What makes you think you can fight me, Kakarot? Vegeta asked. Tell me where the Dragon Balls are, and I might kill you quickly and cleanly. We've been through this, Goku answered. I don't care how powerful you are. I'm not giving up. The thought occurred to him. Although, if you want to go home now, feel free. Huh? You want me to run away? On the brink of victory? Actually, you've already lost. The Dragon Balls were created by a being called Kami, and he's linked to Piccolo, the Namekian you killed. What? If Piccolo dies, Kami dies. And if Kami dies, the Dragon Balls cease to exist. What? What? Goku smiled. So you may as well go. There's nothing to fight for anymore. Leave this planet in peace. Nothing, you say? Vegeta clenched his fists. I have my honor to fight for. I can't let myself be humiliated by low-class scum like you and Raditz, much less these humans. Besides, if it's Namekians that can create Dragon Balls, I'll just go to their home planet of Namek when I'm done here, and make myself immortal there! And in the meantime, that makes you and all your friends useless to me! He charged at Goku. Prepare yourself! As always, thanks for reading. Please leave a review so I can hear what you think. About the beam struggle at the start of this chapter, in case anybody disagrees about which attack should have pushed. Tongue tag. In case anybody disagrees about which attack should have pushed which attack back when. The combined power level of Goku, Vegeta, and Raditz is 23,000, slightly less than Canon DBZ Goku's Kaioken times 3, 24,000. So both their attacks were repelled by Vegeta's Galacno. However, Goku won the clash by using Kaioken times 4, with a power level of 32,000. Tien's Kaioken times 3 added 10,000, pushing their attack up to 33,000, just slightly higher than Canon Goku's, so both were able to win. Q&A. I believe Nappa is still alive. Will you keep him like that? Sorry, he drowned. Apologies to Nappa fans out there. I can't put too many characters in the spotlight. We've already had a bigger role for Raditz. Piccolo, sort of bigger in some ways, smaller in others. Tien, Yamcha to a small extent. So, is Launch going to be Raditz's girl? Is Vegeta going to be with Bulma? I answered the Launch Raditz questions in last chapter's Q&A. As for the second question, same answer. Can't tell you right now. Spoilers. If I said yes, you'd know Vegeta's going to be on Earth at some point. If I said no, you'd know it's quite likely Bulma will get together with Yamcha, and so on. I can't say that kind of thing without giving multiple other plot details away. Plus, if I change my mind later on, when it comes to writing that part, people will say, "But you said this would happen!" So, I hope Gohan acts as a stalemate breaker. If he meant in the beam struggle, he did not. I mean, it wasn't a stalemate anyway. Gohan did have a significant role in this chapter, so I hope that makes the Gohan fans happy. I can't wait to see when we will see the Solar Flare and Spirit Bomb, and if we see the multiform technique at all. Well, we've got the Spirit Bomb, but the battle isn't over yet, so maybe we'll see the others before it's done. I think Tien would be stronger than 20,000, otherwise that would mean the normal Kaioken does nothing to help, but we know this does help, so Tien's power is probably around 25,000 with Kaioken times 4. Not entirely sure what you're saying. Base Tien equals 5,000, normal Kaioken between 5 and 10,000, times 2 equals 10, times 3 equals 15, and 4 equals 20. If you mean that basic Kaioken should double his power, Goku actually states that's what Kaioken times 2 does. And in fact, Kaioken times 2 is just a short way of saying Kaioken used to increase my power to double its normal limit. I don't know if maybe the Ocean dub or something had him say normal Kaioken does it, but anyway, the most recent version of the Saiyan Saga I saw was Kai, and it makes much more sense if Kaioken, without a multiplier, is just increasing his power, but not as much as double its normal limit. Stay tuned for Chapter 10 and the conclusion of the Saiyan Saga for Breakthrough the Limit, Vegeta's Assault. Vegeta struck the first blow, his fist crashing into Goku's head and knocking him back. Goku recovered his senses and dodged to the left to avoid Vegeta's next attack, and swung his power pole at the back of his opponent's neck. Vegeta caught the weapon in mid-swing, twisting around to face Goku. He was not, however, aware of the pole's unique property, and was now holding it in front of his face. "Power pole extend!" Goku shouted, and it grew in length in an instant, the end crashing into Vegeta's face and causing him to let go, staggering away. Goku followed up with a kick to the side, which Vegeta batted away with an uncoordinated swing of his hand, only just avoiding another hit due to the pain in his face. "Damn it, Kakarot! I'll crush you, just like Raditz! Your powers!" He was interrupted as Goku moved to the attack again, fending off a volley of feet, fists, and strikes with the power pole. "You're injured now, Vegeta," Goku answered, gritting his teeth in intense focus. One mistake, and the prince's superior strength would give him the upper hand again. "And you're slowing down. Looks like all of us working together is too much for you. And, he added in his mind, well, I probably won't win in the long run. I don't have to. I just need to last long enough for Tien to gather energy for the Spirit Bomb. Vegeta broke away, flying around behind Goku, the renegade Saiyan turning to face him. The battle resumed, with Vegeta on the offensive now. After a few seconds of perfectly timed strikes and blocks, one of Vegeta's attacks got through Goku's guard, knocking the wind out of him. Vegeta grabbed Goku by the shoulders and started flying straight down towards the ground. Hey Kakarot! Ever wanted to see the ocean floor up close? Only without all that irritating water to soften the landing. He narrowed his eyes, using the force of his ki to push all the water for miles around out of his way, leaving the surrounding seafloor empty for several minutes. Damn it! Goku struggled in Vegeta's grip. This is going to hurt. Nimbus! He yelled in desperation. Come on, get here in time! The fighters hurled themselves toward the floor, but mere meters from impact, a golden cloud swooped by, carrying Goku off to the side. Vegeta, surprised by the sudden interference, tumbled head over heels through the air, and Goku took advantage of the distraction, appearing to his left and landing a devastating blow to Vegeta's stomach. The prince bent double, gasping for breath. Goku prepared to deliver the final blow, but discovered too late that Vegeta was only faking incapacitation, as the evil Saiyan stood up straight, blasting Goku at point-blank range with a quick two-handed energy blast. Goku flew away, eventually slowing himself to a halt. Well, that wasn't very nice, he said, smirking. I seriously hope you're being sarcastic. That would be a whole new level of stupidity, even for you, Vegeta growled. Shall we continue? Goku raised his power pole. Allow me! Vegeta leapt back into battle. Goku ducked straight under his lunge, slinging his power pole on his back, and came up back behind Vegeta, who immediately turned to face him, lashing out with both hands. Goku twisted to the side, dodging between the punches, and raised his hands to his face. Solar Flare! To his surprise, Vegeta carried on moving through the light, grabbed Goku by his shirt, and headbutted him in the middle of his face. Goku fell away, clutching at his face. You know, Vegeta gloated, it's almost as if I was listening in on a fight when you used that exact attack! And to work out I should close my eyes would require, average intelligence. You wouldn't know anything about that, of course. Goku hadn't quite recovered when Vegeta barreled into him, his fists, feet, elbows, and knees finding their targets with cruel precision. Already injured as he was, Goku couldn't stand more than a minute or two under the onslaught, and soon his defenses dropped. Vegeta held up his limp body and rammed home a few more punches for good measure. Then he hurled Goku towards the shore with all his strength. Drowning's too good for you, after the shame you've caused me. I'll finish you later, slowly, and one piece at a time. He turned to face the other still standing fighters. Tien was hovering with his hands in the air, a brilliant light surrounding his body, and Yamcha and Gohan floated in front of him, facing Vegeta in combat-ready stances. Completely out of the blue, Vegeta felt something, like a tingling in his mind. What? Did I? Yes, it must be starting to work. I knew I could replicate their ability to sense energy without a scouter, but I haven't mastered it at all. So for me to sense anything would require an... He stared at Tien, still glowing with energy. An enormous power. They were stalling for time! Damn it all! He shot forward at full speed, rocketing for the three fighters. Yamcha was the first to intercept, but Vegeta flung him aside like a rag doll. Gohan was faster than expected. He dodged over Vegeta's first strike and started furiously attacking. Stop hurting my daddy! He bawled as Vegeta struggled to fend off a hurricane of tiny fists and feet. Finally, Gohan overreached an attack, and Vegeta slammed his knee into the child's gut and smacked him out of the way. And now! He dashed over to Tien, holding his neck with one hand and crashing the other fist into the human's jaw, again and again, each strike punctuating a word. Never, never, never be beaten by a lesser being like you! His anger was reaching its peak, and he snarled like a rabid beast, holding Tien's barely conscious body. What will you do now? You can't launch your attack like that! Tien coughed, blood spraying into Vegeta's face. Just ask yourself, why am I not glowing anymore? Time seemed to stop. Vegeta's face froze in horror as he heard the movement behind him too late. He spun around, ready to lash out, but stopped in bewilderment, seeing another Tien behind him. This one held a blindingly white ball of energy in one hand and was flying straight at him. Tien rammed the spirit bomb right into Vegeta's chest and let go. The detonation blinded Tien, Gohan, and Yamcha for a full 10 seconds. When they could see again, Vegeta was gone, and Tien had merged back into one person, somewhat less injured than the one Vegeta had beaten up, but still extremely tired and worn. Did we win? Yamcha asked, hesitating in case Vegeta came back for another round. I think so, Tien smiled. We did it, guys! Now, let's go pick up Goku and head home. Yamcha nodded. Come on, Gohan. Let's tell your dad we've won. Right! Gohan flew off towards where Goku had landed, on the shore to the west, touched down and ran up to him. Daddy! Daddy! Goku looked up, his face lighting up when he saw his son. Gohan! You're okay. And Tien, and Yamcha too, he added, noticing the humans following Gohan. I'm proud of you, son. Father and son embraced. And for a moment, all seemed well. How did you get Yajirobe's sword anyway? He asked. And where is it now? Well, right about when I decided to come back and help, Yajirobe came driving up. I guess he wanted to fight too, but as soon as he saw Vegeta as that monster, he turned right back around and left. I made him give me the sword though, and when Yamcha hid Raditz somewhere safe, he left it there with "Ah!" Came the guttural cry from over to the right. Everyone looked around. Oh, no way! Yamcha shivered in fear. Over there! Up the beach! Don't tell me this! Vegeta survived, Tien said grimly. I knew I should have spent more time practicing the spirit bomb. And of course, it hit him from the side, knocking him in this direction. He trudged over towards Vegeta, who was pulling himself up on his hands and knees. Yamcha followed Tien, telling Gohan, Wait here, Goku. Wait here with Goku, no matter what. Gohan nodded silently. The human warriors approached their defeated enemy as he rolled to a sitting position, retrieving a remote from inside his armor. Still intact. Guess the armor's good for something after all. He tapped the button, scowling when he saw Tien and Yamcha approaching. Stay back! Stay away from me! His attack pod streaked out of the sky, landing a few feet away, and he started crawling towards it. You've caused enough pain! Tien nodded. Yamcha, I don't have much energy left. Can you? I got it. Yamcha raised a hand, a pulsing ball of energy forming in his palm. He prepared to fire it into Vegeta's skull. End of the road, Saiyan! Wait! Goku's voice was still shaky, but strong enough to carry along the beach. Don't do it! Goku? Yamcha hesitated. You better have a damn good reason for this! Please, don't kill him. Goku remained determined. It's not right. Not like this. To kill an enemy in battle, to defeat them when there's no other way, is one thing. To shoot them in the back as they flee in defeat, makes you no better than Vegeta. I'm sorry, Goku. Yamcha sniffed, raising his hand again as Vegeta reached the open door of his ship. I hate disagreeing with you, but he's killed so many people. I can't let him escape. Yamcha! Goku yelled. I'm a Saiyan too, remember? And despite that, I'd never kill an innocent person. He might not show it, but Raditz has changed too. If the most vicious race in the universe can show compassion, why can't humans? And who's to say he can't change too? Raditz was just like him when he came to Earth. And tears were rolling down Yamcha's face. He hated himself for arguing with his best friend, but he couldn't let go of his convictions, and his conscience stood on a knife edge. His hand wavered in the air. I don't know. Yamcha, if you killed that man, I will never forgive you! Nobody seemed to know where that had come from. Goku never got angry with his friends. His Saiyan side was showing itself. Yamcha collapsed, the mental strain overwhelming him. Everyone watched in silence as Vegeta pulled himself into his ship, the door closing behind him. You haven't seen the last of me, scum. He hissed through bruised teeth. He hissed through bruised lips and shattered teeth. The ship took off, and it had almost left the atmosphere. And as it had almost left the atmosphere, Yamcha released his energy blast, just as a warning shot, and partially a stress reliever. But it cut a little close and grazed the side of Vegeta's ship, sending it spiraling off course as it shot off into space. Everyone relaxed. The threat to Earth finally ended. It's over, Tien sighed. It's finally over. Shortly afterwards, Yamcha, after retrieving Raditz from further inland and laying him with the others, went and told the group at Capsule Corp that the battle was finished, and shuffling his feet whenever he told them of the death. He recounted the events of the day. They flew over in Bulma's spacious hover truck, immediately charging out to see their friends and family. Chi-Chi learned that Gohan had been fighting, and there was much wailing and gnashing of teeth, and much sleeping for cover. The injured were taken to the hospital, where the doctors agreed not to ask any questions and give them privacy when they were talking. I still can't get over both Krillin and Piccolo dying, Goku said the next morning. Everyone was gathered around the hospital beds, where Goku and Raditz lay, having taken the worst beatings from Vegeta. It was the second time for Krillin, the poor man, Roshi added. And I'll miss the Dragon Balls too. Without Piccolo and Kami to sustain them, they're useless. And that means all the people who died when they blew up that city are gone too. Idiots. Idiots. Raditz's eyes opened for the first time in hours. Am I the only one who is paying attention to Vegeta and Nappa? Piccolo and Kami were members of a race called Namekians. Came the chorus from the rest of the room, and met with a wall of blank stares. Raditz groaned. Look, somewhere out there is a whole planet of beings with the ability to create Dragon Balls. He would have slapped his forehead in exasperation, but both his arms were heavily bandaged, and it hurt him, and in fact, it hurt just to move about any part of his body. If you really want to wish him back, just go to planet Namek and use the ones there. But Launch, timid at the moment, scratched her head. How would we get all the way to outer space? I don't know. Raditz shut his eyes again. I've had my bright idea for the day, and now I'm going back to sleep, if you don't mind. That's alright. You sleep now. Launch went to pat his shoulder, remembering just in time how painful the contact would be. Well, as it happens, Bulma said with a grin, holding up a remote control, I have an idea about that. Unfortunately, the remote control was a little damaged, and, as the news report of the government team investigating Nappa's ship so helpfully showed, as soon as Bulma attempted to activate the ship, it set off the self-destruct, obliterating it. Everyone stared in shocked silence. Cheer up! Beg pardon. Cheer up, all. A solution has presented itself. Someone appeared silhouetted in the doorway, a tall man smoking a cigarette and wearing a white lab coat, with blue-gray hair and a large mustache. Dad? What is it? Bulma asked as Dr. Brief entered the room. He smiled. Well, according to Raditz, Goku would have destroyed the ship he arrived on Earth in, correct? Scattered nods. Well, Master Roshi told me while you were all staying at Capsule Corp. Roshi told me an interesting story, told to him by Goku's adoptive grandfather, Gohan. Huh? My grandpa? Goku looked over at Roshi and Dr. Brief. What did he tell you? Apparently, Dr. Brief continued, Gohan found Goku while out walking in the woods. And here's the bit Roshi told me almost without thinking, or realizing its significance. He found him in some sort of strange craft. It wasn't until after he'd taken the child home he learnt of his nocturnal transformation. Then that means, Tien grinned, Goku's ship is still here, on Earth. Gohan must have found him before he ever transformed. We can use that to get to Namek. Indeed, Dr. Brief nodded. However, it's a small ship. It can only fit one of you. Two at a stretch, I suppose. And anyway, it's sat there for years, hatch open, at the mercy of the elements. It's not ready anytime soon. I can solve both problems, repair and expand the thing. But unfortunately, it'll take weeks, or even months. And Vegeta will be heading to Namek as soon as he's healed. Goku frowned. If we have to wait for months, he'll beat us there. There has to be a way of getting into space quicker. You need a spaceship, I hear? Came a polite voice from the window. Head swiveled to see Mr. Popo, hovering on his flying carpet just outside the window. I might be able to help. Preparations for the journey to Namek went quickly, once Bulma had confirmed that the ship Mr. Popo had found, Kami's old ship, was still functioning. Bulma was the obvious choice to pilot the ship. Dr. Brief needed to stay on Earth to work on Goku's ship. Besides, no force on Earth could move the good doctor or his wife from their home in Capsule Corporation. Tien and Yamcha, as the two fighters not still incapacitated after a few days, volunteered. Some powerful warriors would be necessary when heading off into the unknown. Gohan, feeling responsible for ensuring the return to life of all those the Saiyans had killed, also volunteered. Despite firm resistance from Chi-Chi, he stubbornly refused to change his mind. Raditz, pretending to be asleep, smiled when he heard Gohan stand up to his mother. Goku was also smiling, but that was because he really was asleep, dreaming about a martial arts tournament with a built-in all-you-can-eat buffet. The day they set out was an emotional one. Bulma wasn't too bothered about saying goodbye to her family. She'd been on long journeys before. But Gohan spent a long time on farewells. First in the hospital, tearful final words to Goku, and a vaguely acknowledging grunt from Raditz. Then with his mother, as he was about to board Kami's ship. Tien gave a final wave to Chaozu as the hatch closed. Then, the engines thundered to life, and they were off. Thus ends the Saiyan saga of Break Through the Limit. Namek is indeed next, and I can't wait to write it. Thanks for all your support. As soon as I put that question at the beginning of Chapter 9, I got several reviews telling me, sometimes quite forcefully, that the review in question was just one person's opinion, and not the general consensus. So that's all good. Don't ask me what the power level of anything was in this chapter. I don't have a clue. Everyone equals weakened, Spirit Bomb equals mucho powerful. And without further ado, Q&A. It'd be nice for Gohan to have a cousin, lol. We shall see. Really good chapter. I am impressed, though I'm a bit disappointed about Nappa. A couple of people wanted Nappa to have a bigger role. I don't know how I'd have handled that, although I guess I could have if I wanted to. I guess in my opinion there just wasn't as much potential to his character as to Raditz's. As for Tien being a Gary stew, don't worry about it. Of course he seems to be a great hero now, but soon the Saiyans will overpower him again since they're Saiyans. Oh, they will. Maybe you should think about some sort of superhuman form for the non-Saiyans, based on Kaioken. Would keep them interesting for a while longer than in DBZ canon, but would not make them the strongest. I'm thinking parallels between getting used to Super Saiyan 1 and now getting used to lower level Kaioken or something, with the constant use of Kaioken maybe slightly changing the human's appearance and so on. Superhumans, as I said. Well, I'm not sure if I'll use that exactly, but I'm working on some ideas which may or may not come to fruition, which would make some of the humans more relevant. In any case, good work so far. I like the story. Also, you did a good job on Vegeta being in character. As a Vegeta fan, I like that. Vegeta will continue to have a role in the story. I can't say exactly what the role is without giving too much away, but don't expect it to turn out exactly like DBZ did. I'm just wondering about Namek. I'm sure you'll make Gohan go with Yamcha, and maybe Tien, so Raditz and Goku can go save the day. Or maybe you'll make Tien go after Gohan and Yamcha, but before the Saiyans, to make things more interesting. Anyway, great chapter. Well, the second would require 3 ships, and also I wasn't comfortable with Gohan having only Yamcha to to protect him. An excellent chapter. Will Tien eventually pass on the Kaioken and Spirit Bomb techniques to anyone? I think if you could teach those, Goku would have already done so in DBZ. He's not so selfish he'd withhold the secret of something that significant from his friends. I'm pretty sure it has to be learned from King Kai. Of course, who knows who may seek training from King Kai next and learn these techniques themselves. A good chapter. But remember that if Jiro Bug is watching the fight, he'll record info about Raditz, which could make Cell different. I've been thinking lately what I'm going to have Cell be like in this timeline. Not entirely sure yet. Not too different from DBZ's Cell, but not identical. I think I know how he'll be slightly different in personality, but in terms of appearance, I'm still working on it. Hey, I noticed the story is a little similar to another story on the site where Tien is the one to be trained by King Kai, and several of the humans are also stronger than they were in canon and have larger roles in the story. Of course, this story is pretty different from that one, especially in regards to Raditz and how you portray Piccolo as still remaining evil. But I was just wondering if you had read that story, and think you can find it under Tien, and if you were influenced by it. Nope. No influence. Sounds interesting though. What's it called? Anyway, since I've just finished the saga, here's a bonus thing. You may not find it funny. If so, skip it and ignore it. It's not a serious chapter or anything. I'll be doing something a little special for this. Just a little tongue-in-cheek. Stay tuned. I'll see you then.
You're an alien? I'm an alien. Am I an alien? Probably. Anyway, I'm looking for my brother. Whatever. Die! Fight, fight, fight. Goku's here. Oh yeah, and Tien. Kakarot. Kaka what? You're an alien. Shut up, Raditz. Fight, fight, fight. Okay, I died. Bleh. Hey, Raditz, we're coming to Earth. Cool. And killing you. Less cool. Hey, Kakarot. I'm Goku. Whatever. Let's team up. Weren't we enemies? Oh, come on. Nobody's paying attention to this. They just want to see us fight people. Also, you killed your grandfather. Huh? Why? Because you're a monkey. You don't mean every one of our race can become a giant gorilla. Just don't train Gohan. Let's train Gohan. As a responsible adult hearing the suggestion to train a 4-year-old in a life or death battle with evil aliens. Sure, why not? So how are you going to train? Dodge! Ow! Subtle hint that Raditz likes me and or vice versa. 12 months later. Hi. Yamcha's here. Nobody cares. Fight, fight, fight. Maconcopotamus. Dodge! Killing all the ball people. Krillin, no! Krillin, no! Krillin, no! Meh. Training Ex Machina. Ow, my spine. Kaioken. Kaio what? It's over 9,000! What? It is. So am I. Raditz, what did I tell you about shutting up? Okay, Tien, just don't use the Kaioken times 3. Kaioken times 3! Ow, my everything! Well, at least you didn't use the Kaioken times 4! Ow, my everything again! And a quarter worse this time. Why do I bother? Because deep down, you're a really nice— Shut up, Raditz! Fight, fight, fight! Kamehameha! Garlic gun! Generic energy blast! Geometric impossibility beam! Inside into Vegeta's personality. Shut up, Raditz! Well, it looks like I'm winning. What are you gonna do now? Kaioken times plot necessity! Oh, for fudge's sake! Yay! I'm back! Not much yay. Also, I'm a monkey. Even less yay. I'm a monkey too. Fight! Excessive violence no jutsu. I've come to save the day. Oh no, I'm not a monkey. I'll fight you because I worked so well last time. Well, I'll use loads of tricks this time. I have a trick too. It's called punch you until you die. Well, that doesn't sound like a funny kind of trick. Smash! Oh hey, some more warriors. Yamcha too. Smash, smash! Well, now it's just you, Tien, and you're half dead, so multi-form. Multi-what? Spirit bomb, go! Again with the everything! Kaboom! And Krillin's still dead. Way to kill the mood jerk. Well, looks like there's nothing we can do about it. What if we went to Namek? There's nothing we can do about it. Yeah, and then we can wish him back with their Dragon Balls. Damn it! Science, science, science! Is the author seriously going to condense discovering Kami's ship into a couple of sentences? Yes, it'd be exactly the same scene as in DBZ. I don't want to repeat scenes. Why do you think I didn't write Raditz killing the farmer? Or the first half of the Goku Piccolo fight? For the love of— Whoa, calm down, man. Anyway, Namek? Everyone except the two most powerful characters for not at all contrived reasons? To Namek!
Okay, that was pretty goofy. I don't know if I'll ever do that again. If you want me to, be my guest. Or say so. Anyway, in all seriousness, that was the official end of the Saiyan saga. Next time, we'll be heading to Namek, where we'll find Frieza, maybe Vegeta, the Ginyu Force, and who knows who else we might see there. Anything's possible. Stay tuned next time for chapters 11 through 13. Catch you later. Oh, also, before I go, don't forget to like, favorite, comment, and subscribe. It really helps out the channel. Now, in seriousness, see you later. I mean it. Why are you still watching? Video's over.